The New York Yankees, ladies and gentlemen, they were down 4-1, and Gio Urshela hits a grand slam home run to put the Yankees up 5-4. The Yankees yesterday played a fantastic game. And by the way, I am not a big supporter of what Brian Cashman did in the offseason, giving Garrett Cole $326 million. I've been mocking it really since that move happened in the offseason, but so far so good for the New York Yankees. Garrett Cole pitched 13. He pitched 7.5 innings yesterday, 13 strikeouts, dominated the Cleveland Indians last night, and a guy named Bieber. Yes, Mr. Justin Bieber. I'm not Justin Bieber, but Mr. Bieber, who was the best pitcher in the American League throughout the season. He was 8-1. His ERA was under 1. I mean, he was fantastic all season long. He gave up a significant amount of runs. I think he gave up 7 runs before he got pulled.
He gave up 3, I think, in the first 2 innings. Then he gave up 4 in the 5th.
So you look at the Yankees right now. They're up 5-4. I think it's the 5th inning. The Yankees have a chance to knock off the Cleveland Indians. A lot of people picked the Cleveland Indians to go to the World Series. I don't know why. Maybe because it was their pitching. But Carrasco has not looked good today. He actually got pulled in the 4th inning, 4.5 innings. With 70 pitches, he put the Yankees on, and he was walking players, and then that grand slam home run right out of the bullpen, which could have cost them the game. But also, all in all, the Cleveland Indians deserve a lot of credit because nobody would have thought the Cleveland Indians this year would have been where they were this year with all the losses and really all the pitchers they lost in the offseason. They lost a significant amount. They lost Bauer last year at the trade deadline. This is a team that's starting to rebuild with some of the young players, and they even were trying to trade Lindor in the offseason.
Yeah, and again, they traded Clevenger at the trade deadline, too, who's now hurt for the Padres. He might miss the entire postseason. So maybe they ended up seeing something with that deal. But again, it is a team that is surprisingly, I'm not going to say in the playoffs because it's the 18 playoffs, but definitely above the White Sox, who a lot of people were expecting to be very good, and the Twins, who won the division, but now they just got eliminated by the Astros today, so they're doing their usual playoffs.
And all the people that don't like Giancarlo Stanton, well, Giancarlo Stanton has played in 5 games, playoff games with the New York Yankees. He's hit 4 of them. He's hit 4 home runs in 5 games for the New York Yankees. So everybody that thinks that Giancarlo Stanton was a bust, just look at numbers. 4 home runs in 5 games, that's not so bad. Okay.
Yeah, that's shots at you, Anthony Carragher, who didn't want him on the playoff roster last year.
Yeah. So I say whatever you want about him. If the Yankees wind up winning this game, he's the one who hit the first home run. He's the one that got the Yankees on the board. So say whatever you want about the guy. He's not so bad. But again, the Yankees are playing pretty good baseball. They need to keep scoring runs, especially against the Cleveland Indians, because the Cleveland Indians are going to be pesty. They're going to be pesty. There's 4 more innings left, and you know they're going to try to do whatever they can to be a pest to the New York Yankees. The Yankees win today. You saw Tampa. They won today. They swept the Blue Jays. They're expecting – who does Tampa play if do they play the winner of this series?
They do, yep. It's the same structure as the NBA. So they would play the Yankees if the Yankees would win.
So the Yankees and Tampa would be in the next round. That would be a 5-game series.
Yep.
So all in all, the New York Yankees – are in a situation right now that they want to make sure. And by the way, Carl, you keep calling them Stankies. What's going on with your Cubs? The Marlins, yes. The Marlins beat them 5-1 today. You want to talk about Stankies? Why don't we call them your Cubbies? Because the Cubbies don't look like they're coming out of their series against the lonely young Marlins,
yeah,
okay?
They only put up 1 run against a pitching staff that has overperformed, but is very young and has a lot of new players that are breaking out. And your loaded offense for the Cubs put up 1 run.
And yes, Carl's saying this is a wild card. Yes, this is a wild card series, but it's not the real wild card game. This is the extra 3-game wild card spot. Right. So, because they added 8 teams. So I don't call this a wild card. This is the qualifiers. Just like the NHL, this is the qualifiers into the wild card game. Okay, so whatever you want to call it, wild card. Why do you like to try to correct me? I mean, seriously, you're not correcting anything. You're calling the Yankees the Stankies, but the Yankees are 4 innings away from knocking off the Cleveland Indians, and your team is 9 innings away from being knocked off by the lonely Marlins. So that's not saying much, buddy. I don't know what you're lost in, but again, Like you said, it's just down 1-0. Okay, we'll see. By the way, what happened to your first baseman in the first game? I'm not even going to mention names. What's going on with your so-called MVP candidate? Give me a break. Seriously. The Cubbies aren't even going to get, if they get out of this Marlins round, which I don't believe they will, especially losing the first game. If they do, they're not going anywhere.
They would play the winner of the Braves and the Reds. They played 13 innings today.
They're not going anywhere in the playoffs. So I think you're lost. Okay, but anyways, I love you, Carl. But correcting me doesn't. It's not making me any happier. That's for sure. And whatever you say, so are the Padres. The Padres are a better team than the Cubs. I'm sorry. They're a much better team. They're much better built than the Cubs. They have a good bullpen. The Cubbies don't. And their lineup is much better than the Cubs. I'm sorry. They have 2 players right now in the Padres that could win the MVP in the National League. How many does the Cubs have? The answer is 0. Zilch.
Yeah.
So there you go.
MVP in the National League is probably going to be either Freddie Freeman, Juan Soto, or
Acuna.
Tatis.
Or Acuna. Yeah.
Or Acuna.
I think Acuna is going to win it. I really do. I think Acuna was the best player in the National League throughout the season. I mean, he stole bases, he hit home runs, he hit for average, and he's one of the, if not the best center fielder in baseball, he's one of the best fielders in baseball. So, fantastic. When did I say Rizzoli? Rizzo, you mean? Rizzo was an MVP candidate. When did you say it? Well, you say he's one of the best first basemen in the MLB. He's not. He just isn't. Yeah, he's not even in the top 3. And you said he was. He's not. He's not a top 3 first baseman in the league. He's not. Is he better than Paul Goldschmidt? The answer is no.
I mean, Paul Goldschmidt homer today.
I mean, come on, man. Padres have won what? The Padres haven't won anything. And what are you going to bring up? The Cubs a couple of years ago when they won the World Series? Let me tell you something. The Cubs bought their World Series buying Chapman, okay? That's what they did. And what did they do? They let it go with Chapman. He went back to the Yankees. So there you go. Anyways, I'm not going to argue about the Cubs. I have nothing else to say about the Cubs. But the Yankees have a chance to knock off the Cleveland Indians. Right now, it's the bottom of the 5th, and the Yankees are in 2nd and 3rd, and no outs. The Cleveland Indians are in a load of trouble right now, and their bullpen is not good. So
shades of 2017. They had a big winning streak in the final month of the season. Remember, they had that 20-game winning streak, and they surpassed the White Sox this year with a big winning streak, and then now they're about to get swept.
Carl, why are you bringing up the Padres? I told you.
Oh, we know they're dysfunctional.
They're dysfunctional, and they haven't won in 2 decades. Who cares? Who cares? I'll tell you this. The Padres have a better future than the Cubs do. They do. They have the best farm system in baseball. Where are the Cubs ranked? They're going to lose Chris Bryant next year because I'm hearing that they're going to try to trade him. So what are they going to do?
They're going to trade him on
They're going to depend on Rizzo?
They're trading him on a low, too. He didn't have a good year.
Give me a break, man. Anyways, I do want to finish up with baseball, but baseball's been fun to watch. Speedy, what has really stuck out to you?
A lot of low-scoring games so far, which has been a bit surprising considering a lot of the teams that have played so far, a lot of the American League teams are using a lot of these openers, or not openers, but using a lot of these bullpen games. So I thought with the potent offenses of a lot of those teams, there would have been more high-scoring games, especially with the Twins, who got knocked out already by the Astros. Even the Reds and the Braves, more known for their offense. Even though Bauer and Fried both had great years, they're more known for their offense, which is why I'm surprised that game went scoreless for a while. So the fact that probably besides the Yankees, nobody else has really had an offensive outburst so far is the biggest surprise.
Lindor is not going to the Cubs. That's one. Number 2, I never praised the Cubs for building their team the right way. I never said that, okay? I never praised the Cubs because I'm not a Cubs fan. I said that the Cubs have some good pieces they can build around, like Baez, Chris Bryant, and Rizzo. Problem with them is they're probably going to lose Chris Bryant next year. And then they have 2 players that they really are going to build their team around. Who else really scares you on that team? Brendan Haywood? I mean, seriously? Do we really want to go through the Cubs and their roster? Their roster sucks, okay? That's not a good roster. Their pitching staff stinks. I mean, this is a team that's built through free agency. What do they have that is young on that team besides the players we just mentioned? Nobody. They have a good catcher. I like their young catcher.
Yeah.
Contreras is a good player. All right? But besides that, they don't have anything. So what are you saying? Lindor is not going to the Cubs. He's not. Lindor has a better chance going to the Mets than the Cubs. The Mets will actually.
That's don't have a lot to trade either, though.
Well, here's the thing. Steve Cohen's taking over the team. He'll open up his pockets. He will open up his pockets. And Lindor is going to expect a big-time contract, and I think the Mets could give it to him.
Yeah, the Mets can get him in free agency. It's just a matter of if they want to trade for him now and seal him, what are they going to trade? They don't have much in their farm system to trade.
No, so now he's saying they did build around them, and they have won for 5 years. Okay, they have won what?
Yeah, they did win
One
with
championship?
young players. We're not saying they didn't win with young players before.
One championship, and they fired their coach.
Yeah, now their team
Good
got
job.
a little older, and they're still trying to survive the bad contracts. Outside of Hendricks, they don't have much in their pitching. Their bullpen is very streaky year to year, and now they have a new manager.
He's saying they have 4 first-round starting now. Four starting pitchers. Is that what you're saying? First of all, their pitching was amongst the middle of the league in pitching as far as ERA and WHIP. Okay, their pitching has not looked good. The Cubs, the only reason why they got in, it was because of a short season. If it was a full season, the Cubs wouldn't have even made the playoffs. I guarantee you they wouldn't have made the playoffs. Their bullpen sucks, okay? They don't have anything in their bullpen. So I don't want to hear it. You can name anything you want. You are wrong, Errol? Okay, I am wrong. Ask anybody that knows anything about baseball. Anybody think that the Cubs are going to even come close to winning the World Series this year? Answer that question. And the answer is, I will put a poll up, and I will bet you, Carl, that nobody even thinks they're even going to come out of the first round against the Marlins. They're probably going to get swept by the Marlins. I'm telling you right now,
that
Carl.
would be sad.
I'm going to tell you this right now, Carl. If the Marlins knock off the Cubs, I am going to laugh at you, okay? Laugh at you. Darvish for Cy Young. Oh, yeah, Darvish.
No, Trevor Bauer is winning the Cy Young.
Yeah, Darvish for Cy Young. The same Darvish that they overpaid, right? The same Darvish they overpaid. The same guy that just got off of, what was it, Tommy John surgery?
Yep.
Yeah, Yu Darvish. Yeah, he had a good season. And if he played a full season, he always plays good in the first half, and he dies out in the second half. Everybody knows. And by the way, if anybody knows about Yu Darvish, he loves pitching his pitch. He loves, what do they call that?
He likes tipping his pitches.
Tipping his pitches, right? So he's another guy that's been known to tip his pitches. So whatever. I'm not arguing about the Cubs. It's not about the Cubs. We will be having, in the next couple of minutes, we will be talking to Appalachian State tackle recruit Cole Essick here on the Worldwide Sports Radio Network. But I will finish up with baseball before we get on to some football conversation. What is your thoughts right now with the Blue Jays getting swept?
It was expected. The Rays are a much better team, and again, they're built for this kind of season. So I think that was kind of expected, especially with no pitching right now for the Blue Jays.
All right, so put them on. Let's hear them. What's going on, Carl? What do you want to talk about?
I just want to know why you're discrediting everything I'm saying. You're telling me that Yu Darvish is overpaid, yet you just got done talking about how it has to be in the now. So look at what he's done in the now. He won 9 games this year in the now, Errol. Okay, you tell me the Padres are better. Okay, hold on. You said the Padres are
a better team,
prepared and equipped to win.
Yes, they are.
That's fine. No, hold on. That's fine. Using your argument, then Yu Darvish should win the Cy Young because of what he's doing right now. Not because they overpaid for him. Not because he got beat in the World Series in Game 7 3 years ago, but for what he's doing now. Dude, you can talk trash all you want about
Darvish
me and
is not.
The Cubs are trash. I'm just arguing your point.
Yu Darvish is not winning the Cy Young.
It's not about being overpaid.
Yu Darvish is not winning the Cy Young. He's not.
Okay, so who's going to win it? Trevor Bauer.
Trevor Bauer's going to. Yes, Trevor Bauer's going to win it nationally.
Why is he going to win it? Why is he going to win it over Yu Darvish?
He had a better season. Go look at his WHIP and his ERA. It's not about wins, brother. It's not about wins. It's not about losses. Everybody says that. It's about WHIP and ERA. That's the two most important statistics when they look at winning.
So it's not,
who has a better ERA? Who's got a better ERA?
If it's not about wins and losses, okay, then you're telling me that the Cubs are a worse team than the Reds, even though they have more wins than them.
I'm telling you that the Reds are a better built team.
You just told me that. You just told me those two stats are more important than wins.
Yes.
Yet the Cubs have worse WHIP and ERA than some of the Reds pitchers, yet they have a better record than the Reds.
Kyle Hendricks also had a great year, too.
How are those two better than wins?
Kyle Hendricks had a great year, too, though, for the Cubs. That was a lot of the other wins that came from
there you go.
I don't care. I'm going to tell you right now. If it was a full season, if it was a full season,
Why you just made your point.
What did I make my point?
You don't care. You don't care the fact that someone is saying that, look, some of your points, I have holes in them, and then you say, oh, I don't care. So thanks, Errol. I mean, come on, that's not respectable.
Respectable to what? You're the one correcting me, buddy.
It's a discussion.
You're the one now, you're going to correct me. The Cubs were 34-26 this year. If they played a full season, they wouldn't have even won the division.